Welcome back. Let us explore this political debate we are apparently having. Meet with Ravani. Can do. Who is this?
That's close enough. How do I know I can trust you?
Is this proof enough?
Thank the scholar. I thought you'd never show.
This isn't right. Ravani hates the scholar's teachings, which you'd know if you were actually Ravani.
Aren't you clever? Fine. Enough of this pretense. You can thank the mask maker for this. Now!
Fuck. This is a very un-Asimov... Well, I was going to say this is a very un-Asimov thing, thing to happen. He was not big on the action sequences, but actually in Prelude to Foundation, he sort of reversed that and did go big on them. There's actually an interesting thing in his story, Sea Shoot, which was one of his earlier stories. He had a big debate with his editor about whether a certain event should happen before or after the action sequence, which they felt was the most exciting part. I actually don't even agree with either of them in that one. I don't even think the action sequence was that good. I think the debate they were having about the politics and the morality of war was actually way more interesting, which I realize sounds strange, but I think this is true of Asimov in general. A given Asimov scene or storyline is often interesting in inverse proportion to how interesting it sounds like it should be based on the description. So, he'll have this scene. It's a guy creeping through a enemy ship. There's aliens. He's going to take over. He's sneaking up on it's supposed to sounds like it should be very exciting and practically puts you to sleep. But then, in Forward the Foundation, they have a scene where it's two people complaining about how complicated the tax code is in this fictional country. And it's one of those gripping things I've ever read. And I do not understand why that is true for Asimov and nobody else, but that is what I've observed. But in any case, Whoa. Fuck. I'm getting better at this. That grid you may see in some of these scenes, incidentally, and I think you've seen it in earlier ones, is the boundaries of the play area. I probably won't need that, but I'll take it just in case. Boundaries of the play area, so I don't accidentally step outside and walk into an actual physical wall in my room. Let's see, does this actually make them stronger? Doesn't look like it, but we shall see, I suppose. The sniper version is definitely my favorite version of this thing. Do I see someone over there? I feel like my biggest advantage is not my telepathy, it's my healing factor. I just took half a dozen bolts to the head and I just walked it off. Also, the fact that they have extremely slow fire rate seems to help. This is actually an interesting thing. I was reading about this a while ago. They used to say Britannia ruled the seas and all that. The British Navy, you know what their biggest advantage was? It was not that they were particularly great sailors or anything. I mean, they were perfectly competent sailors. But there were plenty of other countries that had sailors just as competent. Their greatest advantage was that they could fire their cannons way more quickly than any other country could. And that wasn't because they had better cannons. What is the point of this thing? That it opened, but there's nothing in here. It's weird. It was because they just trained their them much better. Which is weird, because you'd think other countries would see that and would do the same thing, right? But apparently not. Go to the rooftops. I need to shoot a latch here, I bet. Yep. What are these things? What is that thing? I don't know what I'm looking at here. How do I get out of here? Hello? Ah. One thing that's a little weird about the holster here is that it's the device that it can detect where my hands are, obviously, and it can detect where my head is, but it can't detect anything else. So the holster, the position of the gun is just determined in relation to where my head is. So if I'm leaning forward, I'm just moving where my head is. So like right now, the gun is like half a foot in front of my leg. Then when I lean back, it's different. So, which is not how I intuitively expect it to behave. And that's kind of screwing me up a little bit. The gun is often not where I'm expecting it to be when I grab for it. What am I looking at here?
Practically hear Grilk trying to save his own skin from here.
Whoa. Whoa, doing not so great on health, it looks like. In the sky. It's actually pretty. Whoa! Okay, so I was complaining about their use of guns recently, but apparently I'm not doing so great myself right now. Whoa! Okay, healing factor, don't fail me now. There we go. No? Ah. What? What the fuck was that? Oh. It's those little... I think of them as banelings. That was a nice dodge you made there. This guy's definitely cut above the rest. Yeah, that was actually fairly tough. Can I stand on these things? Doesn't look like it. Do I... Okay.
How'd they know we were coming? Riv would never. Ward, I'm sending you the coordinates for Ravani's apartment. Meet me there, and watch your back.
Does she trust me now? Or is she... Did she just come to the realization there, and now she's setting up a trap for me? Hey, Betten, I thought we could hang here instead of Mom's scrapyard, but got scalded trying to figure out what steam is coming from which pipe. Heading home to dunk my head in dermal salve. Yeah, that seems like a poor choice of a place to hang out. Wait to enter the apartments. Huh. How am I supposed to... I don't even see it. Oh. Did that accomplish anything? What am I even supposed to do here? Doesn't look like I can do anything else there. Is there... What am I supposed to do here? Oh, I see. I have to, like, run through really quickly. Anything interesting over here? Not even letting me go there. There we go. Nope, wasn't anything back there worth going for anyway. I bet Vex is setting a trap for me. Do I... Okay. Oh, this is where that lady was before. Oh, I have to get over there. Okay. Okay, I guess I can't go back. Yeah. Oh, I have to... Good thing this... potted plant thing...
Stop looking until you found the agent. Start with the upper levels and then work your way down. The Mavens will try to stop you. Use force if you have to.
Quite a fuss the Arden are causing. What do they want from the temple?
Good thing these plant holders are really sturdy. Thank God for over-designing. I actually tried to shoot that guy and it wouldn't let me.
Damn place is swarming with Ardent. Keep out of sight, Empire. It's both our lives on the line here.
Read, deadline extension. Dear Nonin, unfortunately, existential dread due to imminent socio-political catastrophe is not a valid reason to delay your thesis. I expect it on my desk tomorrow. Maven Sona. Oh, another capsule. Trantor Vision Guide. For up-to-date analysis of the latest heat sinker protests, see channel 0001. For on-demand financial thrillers, to channel 0904. For local news coverage, try channel 1102. Why? So, I don't get this. Trantor Vision, is this... But we're not on Trantor. I mean, I realize that as the capital planet, its local news stories are going to get broadcast much more than most planets would be. But I feel like that doesn't seem quite right.
You hear that?
I'm going to try to make her panic. I keep screwing up the stealth sections and having to shoot, but this time I'm going to get it.
Show yourself.
Okay, maybe this time I won't get it, but I'm going to try to get it at least. Whoa. Okay.
It's an Imperial.
Fuck. I don't know if the stealth sections of this game are actually really hard or if I'm just bad at them. Discard this. Oh, discard this. You heard about Tigra, right? That Imperial prisoner thing? Apparently, Rusera's not too pleased with how Grilk took the news. I'd stay out of her way if I were you. So, they did not follow the security directions here to discard this. Well, or maybe she just didn't pick it up yet. But nobody in here follows proper informational security procedures. I was actually reading about this. There was an interesting thing. Certain Wall Street corporation was doing some unethical and, in fact, illegal business practices. So one of the big shots at the corporation said, no, you shouldn't send this in email, because, if we're investigated, the SEC is going to look at our emails. Only he sent that instruction by email. And indeed, as predicted, that became an important exhibit in the SEC's case against them. Where's this truck? There we go. Yeah. Grandmother Space Warp by Kent Vogel. When I was much younger, I began to collect material for a book to be called He Who Punishes. I think that's something they're inventing here. I don't think that's from the books. The book was to be factual. It was to be an account of what important copper aliens had done on the day the oldest became uninhabitable. Interesting. Why is this place all verschumbled anyway? Did somebody ransack it looking for something? Sneak.
No! Ronnie!
Sneak. I'm not really much good at sneaking in this game, but I'll try my best. Drain pipes are really sturdy here. Drain pipes in games always seem to be very sturdy. I mean, I guess it is the future. They probably have better materials. Now what? Ah. Yo.
This is our fault. We led the Ardent right to her.
We couldn't know this was going to happen.
It's the Ardent. What did we expect? They're killers.
I mean, so are we. I feel like we aren't really in a position to throw stones on that one.
I'm sorry.
She's holding a statue. Maybe that's important.
When she's scared, she prays.
I thought she hated the scholar.
She does. I was the one who held it in such high esteem. So what?
What is with her wrist there? Is that intentional or is that a bug? Like, is that where she was shot or something?
Why would she spend her last moments praying to it?
Maybe it wasn't the scholar she was thinking of. It was you.
If only I could have been here for her. Growing up in the mines, I thought I knew grief. I guess there's always something more to learn. Hold on. That's Ravani's pocket recorder. Give it to me.
Vex, the Ardent know he's here. They must have tapped our call. Grig's gonna kill him.
No.
Miss Ami, remember that argument we had over the forced debate? You can't have forgotten. You were so mad. That's where I left. Six. Vex, I love you.
Riv. Ooh. Oh, Lord, I don't think I can do this. Okay. The fourth debate.
I wish there was some sort of like mini game or something, and it wasn't just twisting your hand. It makes it a little too easy to influence people.
The fourth debate. Search the room. She left clues to the Foundation agent's location somewhere here. I know it.
Notes on the fourth debate. Note Cynic's word choice here. Fourth debate is oft regarded as key moment of vulnerability for Six. A reveal of origins/nature/fear. First true moment of trust. Unlocks collaboration accords. That seems relevant here. There were three things I could have looked at the beginning of this conversation to trigger it. I wonder if the order matters and it's just that the one I actually chose, the statue, was the last one, or if I can't look at more than one of those three things. Speaking of mini-games, this one seems simpler again. I thought they were just going to get harder and harder, but I guess this one isn't as plot relevant, so... The fuck is this thing?
That's my old blaster.
Ah.
Bring it here.
Why does it have a tulip in it?
Wait. Is that what I think it is? This is my blaster from when I led the Ardent. It was confiscated when I was accused of murder. thought it got scrapped.
This doesn't look like any blaster I've ever seen.
It shouldn't. I modified it myself. Supposed to be non-lethal. Shoots low power pulses that incapacitate targets for a few minutes. Where did Ravani get this old thing? What were you planning to do with this, Riv?
That's interesting, actually.
Give that drawer a shot. She used to hide my anniversary gifts in there.
Are you going to do any searching here? Give that drawer a shot. You are perfectly capable of giving drawers shots yourself. Right. Okay. I'm gonna drop this here. I'm gonna drop this here. What's this?
That's from an Ardent blaster. Bastards. They'll pay for this. I got that for Riv as a gift. It's a recreation of her favorite painting. Some Golden Age artist. Can't remember the name. Is that... Let me see that, Ward.
From Vex. Riv, I know you hate the Scholar, but listen to me. By its approximations, non-violent supply raids don't violate the Landfall Accords. We could save the Zorkin Federation. Okay. Maybe this thing is what you were looking for? No? What happened to the... What does you want me to hand you?
6. This is from ages ago, before I started the Ardent. I was so stupid.
You started the Ardent?
Listen to this. Non-violent supply raids don't violate the Landfall Accords.
Yeah, I read it too.
We could save the Zorkin Federation. Look what that got me. Look what that got the Ardent.
Wait, you started the Ardent? I thought Grilk did.
Grilk? No. That was all me. We were a raiding group. We'd hit Imperial ships, get in fast, grab whatever supplies we could, then get out. No violence necessary. Worked pretty well. For a while. I didn't know Ravani kept this. It feels like such a long time ago.
It's harder than you'd think to manipulate these things in VR.
Remarkable. I've never seen anything like it.
Sex and get to the point.
A house of worship.
This is what he's saying does not match the subtitles at all. Like, this isn't just a few words are out of place. It's like they have two completely different scripts here. What is that on his head? Is he wearing a VR headset?
The design is so functional. Almost as if...
He's in the temple. We don't have time to get a citizen's access permit. You'll need to disguise yourself as a Maven.
Can do.
Other Mavens catch you or you piss off the Ardent, we're done for. Got it?
I can be
Here,
diplomatic.
I'll get the door. Head down into the plaza.
Okay, so I need to sneak up behind one and
There. A Maven exiting the temple. Scan them for a disguise.
Where? I don't see this. Oops. Okay. Where is this Maven? Oh, there.
Empire. The mask maker who sold us out. Her shop's right there. What do you say we drop in? Pay her a little visit.
This one? Or...
I'm so sorry. I had hoped I wouldn't see you again, Imperial.
Yeah, I
You
gathered
must
that.
understand. I meant no harm to you, or Ravani. My daughter, she joined the Ardent, and Marshal Rusera promised I could speak to her.
Was arguing with your daughter worth Ravani's life?
What? No. That can't be true. They wouldn't have.
You really didn't think they would kill her?
Of course not. The Ardent disrespect the Accords, yes, but breaking the first Accord, that's...
Can I open
what
these?
have I done?
I've heard enough. If I were there, she'd be dead already.
You can thank Vex for this.
Ravani, forgive me.
Oh, wait. I wasn't going to... I shouldn't have taken my gun out. It looks like now I have no... I thought I was just going to threaten her. It looks like now I have no choice but to confront. Oh.
I'm no executioner.
Hey. Looks like there was a way out of shooting
Don't make
her.
me regret it.
Thank you. Please, take this. Marshal Rusera wanted me to take this to Grilk. But when she wouldn't let me contact my daughter, I refused.
Oh, now she has morals. Ward, let's go.
What is this?
Grilk. A problem. That Maven we took care of? Turns out she was Vex's partner. Vex is back on Zoranel. Watch your back.
I knew Grilk was involved somehow. Bastard.
Grilk. Grilk.
First Dex, now this mask maker. You're far more merciful than I expected.
How do I... Okay, I need to sneak up behind. Okay. It looks like this person isn't going to shoot me on sight, which is good.
Now that you look the part, head to the temple. They'll let you in.
And apparently this person did not notice that my appearance suddenly changed.
They'll leave soon.
If I talk to this person, are they... No, you know what? I better not risk it.
You can enter, Maven. But stay out of our way.
Your mask actually deformed there when your mouth moves. Now what? Oh. That was a weird transition. Maven of the...
Speak quickly.
This solstice, we are proud to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of Maven Tunnel, who has impressed us all with her exhaustive understanding of the sixth Maven. The scholar bestow its blessings upon her. I'm telling you, they're robots. It's interesting to say it's. But Maven of the Month? Can you imagine if the Catholic Church had like a Priest of the Month award?
La Rehalo?
Yes?
Repeat after me. Laluro Vabino.
Laluro Vabino.
Thank the Arbiter you're here. The Ardent. They're everywhere. We refused to let them into the archives, and they started threatening the head Maven.
I got this.
I know what the Ardent are looking for. Let me in and I'll handle the rest.
All the Cynic's blessings upon you. Speak to Kirei, the head Maven inside. Z can help you more. Join me in performing Fessis Ede, so you may enter, cleansed, in servitude to the Six.
Interesting. So it says Zay. So
Follow
maybe...
my lead.
So maybe they're just non-binary. But maybe they're also a robot? I don't know. So it's interesting, actually. So there are only humans in this universe as the intelligent species. Now, what I've actually just said is not 100% true. There is an Empire story called Blind Alley, I think, where where there is a non-human intelligent species, but they, spoiler warning, leave the galaxy at the end. So they aren't around anymore. It's unclear if that's the same continuity as the rest, because although it does mention like the Trentorian Empire and all that, this is something Asimov did a lot. He shared elements and devices between stories that were in different continuities. Now, the biggest clue that it is in the same universe is that I mentioned in an earlier one of these videos that a lot of the quotations that are attributed to the Encyclopedia Galactica were originally in the original publication were essays written by this one guy, and that story also starts with an essay written by that same guy. So apparently that same guy exists in the same universe. However, there are no... Every other time the subject of aliens is mentioned, notably in Foundation's Edge and Foundation and Earth, it said there were no other intelligent species. Also, there was a robot story that had intelligent aliens on Jupiter. In fact, 2 stories that had intelligent aliens on Jupiter. And they have some elements, like they have the 3 laws of robotics, but they almost certainly are not the same continuity. Now, however, although there are only humans in this universe, there are a surprising number of variations of humans. There is at least one subset of humans that have described as having a bluish skin. For instance, the only member of that species we met is Tejan Popchens Lee, who is a judge mentioned in Forward the Foundation. Now, her name, Tejan Popchens, is an anagram for Janet Jepsen, who is which was the name of Isaac Asimov's second wife. She, as far as I know, is not herself based on Janet Jepsen. Dors Venably probably is based on Janet Jepsen in some ways. There are a few names in there that are probably anagrams or something. I read an interesting thing that mentioned a character named Laz. There was another character in Forward the Foundation named Laz Zenow, which is almost an anagram for Sal Owens. And I did some looking around. I couldn't find anybody named Sal Owens who was associated with Isaac Asimov, but, it's a fairly common name. But at first I thought that was just a coincidence. But something that made me think otherwise is that he's mentioned as being from the planet Crowini, which is almost an anagram for New York, except that it has a C instead of a K. So if there's one anagram, that makes me think it is. There is also one other very notable example of a subset of humans who are very different from the standard, not because of just natural genetic drift, but because of genetic engineering that show up in Foundation and Earth. Perform entrance ritual. Okay, what do I do now?
Let us begin. Follow my lead, Zioha.
Okay.
Gifino tunele toruvoji lutadi toreyuhi luduvi tobohi halonobayi tadi riride tebotula. Kizuto. Nosomi no rufoto. Enter, Zioha. The 6 welcome you home.
So it's interesting that they have this other language, because there aren't really other languages in this setting. They all basically speak the same language. There are a lot of dialects that sometimes make it difficult to comprehend, but they don't really have different languages. In fact, in Foundation's Edge, when the professor who is studying history talks about how they may have had different languages in the past, Golan Trevize, the main character, thinks that's just an absurd idea, especially since he's talking about one planet. We only have one language and we've got an entire galaxy. How could they possibly have, half a dozen? The guy says, how could they have, 2 different languages on one planet? And he says, and the professor says, it may not be just 2. In fact, some of my excerpts suggest there may be as many as half a dozen different languages on this planet. And Golan Trevize thinks that's just a completely absurd idea. It says he's getting way too carried away with this. Why perform this ritual?
Forgive me, this business with the Arden has me a bit scattered. Remind me of the necessity of this ritual?
Of course, Zioha. The Arden have thrown everything off kilter. As the first of the 6 faltered and grew ill during the Great Cascade, it became necessary to maintain the sanctity of their home, to protect our honor sentinels from harm. When entering, we thank them for allowing us into their space of refuge.
I bet there's going to be one left, or at least one left. This itself may be a reference to something in Prelude to Foundation, where Mycogen, the descendants of the Aurorans, had one robot, or at least robot body, in their holiest of holies.
I don't know Head Maven Kureyi that well. Do you? What's he like?
You must be new. Kureyi can be quite intimidating at first. Not very chatty, that one, and so solemn, but who can blame them? So young to be Head Maven already. Stick to the truth and you'll be fine. That's what Ravani told me. They're quite close.
Why is Kirei the head maven then, if Z's so young?
Oh.
I have long fingers.
You don't know. The previous head maven, Benov, he was murdered by his own protege, Vex. We all thought she might be the next head maven, but... Well, I wouldn't bring it up around Kirei if I were you.
That was, when I was talking to Vex earlier, one of the questions you can ask that I didn't was, what murder were you accused of? And this presumably is what they're referring to here.
Did you notice anything about the Ardent who came in?
Their leader. Be careful around her. Something has her furious. She's more mercurial than the cynic himself. Verjagadev asked to stay in the workshop, and she almost shot them on the spot.
Look how much longer my finger is than my actual real-life finger.
Thank you.
Cousin.
Cousin.
Go speak with Head Maven Kiregi. Z can help you with your inquiry into the safety of our... mutual friend. But please, be careful. That Ardent leader has a volatile temper.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Use her guilty conscience against her.
Her guilty... Interesting.
No luck with the embassy. I'll check a few more offices, but I'm not holding out hope. Have you heard from Cal recently? He's not responding on comms.
This is what the Verger was hiding? A mask? Back off, Maven. This mask is mine now.
I beg your pardon? What do you mean this mask is yours now? Can I...
What's the point of hiding a mask? It's a mask. You wear it. Or display it, I guess. You're not getting this mask back. Go away.
Am I going to have to kill this person? I'm going to see if I'm going to put that off, see if I can find some way to do it without killing him. Find me that agent. That Foundationer is somewhere in this temple. Scour the place, top to bottom. Trust nothing the Mavens say. Take this place apart if need be. Ooh, what's this? We got one of those rotatey things. No, that's not what I meant to do. Deb 03 some numbers. Eval. You understand how hypocritical that is, correct? Our safety, our continued existence hinges on this promise of yours. Yet you want us to consider the integrity of your intentions. Yes, we judge ourselves by our best intentions and our enemies by their worst results. I think I'm misquoting that slightly, but who's this Chuck?
Why do we have so many hex bolts but no J-screws? Somebody misfiled something.
I've been...
There's something I can help you with?
Where is the eye thing I'm supposed to look at? Ah, there we go.
Surprised to find anyone still working with all the Ardent around. What are you working on?
Right now I'm sorting screws. Exciting work, I know. The agent... We found that the vents in the archives weren't circulating air properly. Not ideal for housing backups of the landfall debates, you know?
You know, if I were the agent, I would not trust this guy with my secret information, because he is not good at keeping it secret.
You mean the Foundation agent?
Quiet! Are you trying to lead the Ardent right to him?
Him, interesting.
Heard you nearly got shot earlier. I can't believe the gall of that Ardent.
You're telling me? I thought that was it for me. No getting to see my partner for Solstice, no finishing the socks I was knitting, just... done.
Mask.
I was just asking a question.
Mask order. That's interesting. That's interesting.
Any idea why she lashed out at you?
She got some sort of message right as they were barging into the atrium that really ticked her off. I think she tossed it somewhere. No clue where, though.
The woman leading these Ardent. She's terrifying, isn't she? Any tips for talking to her?
After my run-in with her, honestly, I think if you laid it on real thick about the Six and how they would disapprove, she'd relent.
Yeah, that ties in with what the person was saying earlier about playing with her guilt.
Nafizu.
Oh, no, wait, no, that was a different person, wasn't it?
You need anything, just ask.
Sorry, I got two people confused there. Why can't I move? What's the point of a palm scanner that opens for anyone? Here, what? Where did it go? Please tell me I didn't bug this out. Wait, hold on a second. Maintenance log. Hey, ventilation's down the archives again. Could be one of the screws in the impeller came loose. It busted a fan. We had to use the blah blah blah. That isn't useful. How do I get this thing off? Ah, okay. All I had. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so I have to do it from a distance, it looks like.
My eyes! I can't see.
What was that? The Cynic Mask.
Now, if I were a Foundation agent, where would it be?
The fuck is this thing? Oh, I'm back here again. Do I have to? Okay, I guess I have. That's what I was missing earlier. So I'm probably going to have to figure out which specific head I put each of these masks on. But in the meantime, I'm just going to put them here so I...
Beats me how you can hide a whole person in a space this small.
Not wrong. Ooh.
Where is the agent?
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
Mysterious research notes. As alien it appears, there's something familiar about the tech on this planet. Like it's out of ancestral memory. Galloping Galatium, starting to sound like one of those kooks from Mycogen Sector. Yeah, that was the connection I made too. Yes, I guarantee you, these were robots. They brought ancient tech back. And that's why these connecting it to Mycogen Center, because they were descended from the Aurorans, who had the best... Well, I guess Solarians had the best robots. They're descended from Spacers, who had the best robots.
I'm giving you one more chance to prove yourself, Rusera. Succeed here, and I'll consider your failures on Tigra 3 forgotten. Failure to apprehend this Foundation agent may cost us Zoranel. Understood? Don't fail me again, Marshal.
Sounds like this could give you leverage with the Marshal.
Interesting. So I guess I need to talk to What's-Her-Face. Or no, what's Zemface? Zerface?
This is a temple. We don't house agents.
Stop playing me for a fool. Enough! I don't care if you're the head Maven. Tell me where the Foundation agent is, or you die.
You would break our first law here, where the Six took their rest?
I was given a duty, and I won't fail again.
I know you, Marshal Rusera. I know Grilk blamed you for what happened on the array.
Why should I take the fall for the entire operation? That Imperial scum wasn't going to talk anyway. How dare he treat me like this? We'll find the agent, even if we have to tear this temple apart to do it. If Grilk wants to push around priests, he can do it himself.
So far I've had to...
Keep searching. Get in the vents if you have to. I don't care. We are finding that agent.
So far I've had to... My controller wants to shoot someone and wants not to shoot someone. I wish I could have raised that in conversation. Look what happened the last time you let your temper get the better of you and shot someone. Tried to talk her out of it that way. Hi.
Thank you, Zioha. How can I reward such bravery?
Listen, I have bad news. Ravani's dead. The Ardent killed her. I know you were friends.
No. That can't be.
I tried to help. I was too late. But it's not too late for me to help the Foundation agent.
I see. Thank you for telling me. The agent is in a part of the archives called the Sepulchre. Here, take this. We've been hiding these to slow down the Ardent. Find the others and the path will open for you.
Is it true? Your predecessor, Benov, he was murdered?
It is. That scum, Vex Tehoni No, cruelly and unjustly took him from us. Thank the Six, she was defrocked and exiled.
We used to be friends back in the day. So much for that.
Here. Just read this.
Autopsy report.
Her guilt is obvious. And this is the proof of it.
Autopsy report. In the Temple of the Six.
Thank you, cousin.
Now hurry. The Ardent have almost breached the archives. We're running out of time.
But her... Wait, hold up a second. Her
Do not
blast...
return the singer to me. Let her join her fellow Six.
But her blaster is non-fatal.
Everything depends
She
on
sets
you
it
now,
to stun, right? How the Six got their mask. See how vital the forms are? They're safer hidden anyway. Would you shush?
And the path will open.
This did not seem fair to Voha. So late at night, she snuck away and fashioned 6 flimsy masks from tin and wire.
Do not let the Ardent discover you.
Maybe it doesn't matter which one goes where. It's just...
I thought the temple was a lot bigger than this.
Maybe I have to switch these around?
There's some trick with getting into the archives. I know that much.
Okay, I see. So the lighting up indicates which ones...
Where did the other 4 masks go? I swear they were just here. Now, if I were a Foundation agent, where would it be?
Can I...
Beats me how you could hide a whole person in a space this small.
Okay, wait. This does go here. Okay. This does not go here. That does go there.
I thought the temple was a lot
That goes
bigger
there.
than this.
Do I have to figure out a way to get him to
There's
move out of
some
the way?
trick with getting into the archives. I know that much.
Okay, so I have to get this guy out of the way so I can switch these 2 masks.
Where did the other 4
Would you
masks
shush?
go? I swear they were just here. Hey, back off, Maven. This is crucial Ardent business. What are you looking at? Oh, you Mavens are awful protective of these masks. 6, my head. Let me just take a breather over here. Oh, till the room stops spinning.
That was easy enough. Short doorway there. Maybe I could have got that other guy to move with that instead of turning that handle thing. What's this? Wait, hold up a second. Did I? Okay, sure, whatever. It worked. That's the important thing. I meant to get the shotgun thing out, but I got the burst thing out instead. Whatever. I got through it. That's the important thing. Can I go through here? No. What is this thing? So this one, I bet, is going to be tough. Yes. See? Do I know my game design or what? Okay, so let's see. So this one has to go around... Okay, wait, this is actually kind of tough. So, purple goes this way, yellow goes this way, orange... No, wait, that's not... Oh, there's too many very similar shades here. So if orange goes this way, and purple goes this way, and... I'm going to call that red, even though it's really a deep orange. Okay, so... And where does that go? Where's this? Okay, so... Let's say... Come on. No, wait. Oh, I can't... I thought that was... Okay. Wait, hold on. What is the point of having this thing here where nothing can go through it? Okay, I'm gonna try... There's no penalty for making wrong guesses at first, so I might as well just try it. And then... and this goes... Wait, where's this even trying to get to? Goes up there, which means this... Okay, wait, no, this doesn't work. Or, yes, it does. And this goes... I am so smart. I am the smartest motherfucker who ever fucked a mom. I knew it. Robots. Is this going to be...
I asked repeatedly not to be disturbed.
Who the hell is Cyril?
You must be Ward. I'm Cyril Gant. Rivani said you were coming to exfiltrate me, which sounds very exciting. Come in.
Hi.
These are the 6, aren't they?
Your deductive reasoning skills are very impressive, considering the...
Was that a patronizing joke?
Or have kept this secret for thousands of years.
Yeah, well, I had the advantage of having...
I am arguably the foremost expert in robotics in the galaxy, and
so a few things here. I mean, I had the advantage of having read the books, which makes it a lot easier. So he says he's the foremost expert in robotics in the galaxy, which wouldn't be hard because robotics at this stage is very primitive. However, he's probably also wrong, because there's still Daniil in his organization. Ooh, capsule over there. Daniil in his organization, which probably know more about it than he does. Interestingly, Daniil at one point said that he did not know enough mathematics to design his own brain, which I guess makes sense. I certainly don't know enough neuroscience to design my own brain. But it does sort of raise the question of how he was able to create more robots, which he did. I guess he just followed the instructions by rote.
Didn't have the slightest inkling.
Why all the secrecy?
According to Zor records, robots once flourished across the galaxy, but there was a terrible conflict that reduced their population to almost nothing. The robots who fled here chose to hide their identities out of fear that the Empire would come for them.
The conflict was... I don't think there... He says conflict, which makes you think of a war. I don't think there was ever an actual war between the settlers and the spacers. I think it was just the settlers outcompeted them economically and demographically.
Why would the Zor worship a bunch of robots?
It didn't start as worship. The robots crashed on this world. This temple is built on the ruins of their ship. Both the robots and the planet's human populace were weary of war, so they began a dialogue about how to live peacefully together called the Landfall Debates.
Why did you capitalize the F?
The forum was erected so the Zor would always have a place to settle their disputes.
Why is there no option to ask him about those weird glasses of his?
How did they go
he said while wearing a VR headset.
from peacefully coexisting to the robots becoming gods?
It happened slowly. With their extended
Wait, is there one
lifespans
missing?
and extraordinary capacity to store information,
The robots essentially became honored elders to subsequent generations. When their positronic brains began to fail, they became saints.
There's one missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 2 empty things. Yeah, there is one missing.
So, you're the agent of the Foundation?
I take it you are expecting someone more like, well, yourself.
Not at all.
We are a world of scholars, not spies.
They have spies. Han Pritchard was employed in the intelligence department. Sort of. Except that he never actually followed orders, and he mostly just did whatever the hell he felt like. Iconoclastic starship captain named Han. Someone should do something with that.
My assignment here was to try to rebuild one of the 6.
Why would the Foundation send you to fix a robot?
This is how we build alliances with other cultures, and assure our safety. We share our technology and expertise with others.
They don't really share it. They control. You know what? We actually had this conversation in an earlier episode.
I know you have come to secret me out of here.
Secret.
I am on the verge.
Not secret. 7 letters, not 6.
Of a major breakthrough and must complete the work. Is Ravani on her way?
I'm afraid she was murdered by the Ardent.
That poor girl. Vex must be devastated.
You don't sound surprised.
Tragedy stalks that woman like a predator.
Yeah, that's fair.
You will have to assist me. We'll have to work quickly. The Ardent will find us before long. This is Niels Demidov. I'm trying to rebuild him.
That is the kind of name that robots often had in that stage, in the Elijah Bailey stage of the universe.
As you can see, he is missing an eye. Please retrieve a replacement from one of the other robots.
You want me to pluck out their eye?
Given your line of work, I didn't expect you to be so squeamish. Bring the eye here once you're done.
So wait, who gets to decide which robot deserves the eye and which doesn't, right?
I need an eye with the subretinal transmitter.
Would you shush? So at this point now, one of the other robots is going to be missing an eye, and he's going to say, oh, well, now bring me Niels Demidov's eye to replace that? There's basic logic problems here.
They're intact.
Thoughts on the 3 laws? The 3 laws of robotics, of course, probably the most famous thing Asimov ever wrote, are: first, a robot may not harm a human being, nor through an action allow a human being to come to harm. Second, a robot must obey any orders given by a human being, except where that would conflict with the first law. And third, a robot must protect its own existence, except where that would conflict with the first or second law. And Daniel and Giscard proposed a 0th law. A robot must essentially the same as the first law, except with humanity instead of a human being. There are some issues with these laws, as Asimov himself came to realize that there were some issues. For instance, you could define human however you wanted. The Solarians eventually created robots that defined human as only Solarians. Citizens of the Foundations that lived according to similar rules, Terminus would be a paradise. No wonder Zorinel prospered for so long. Yeah, that was also a thing, not so much in the Elijah Bailey era robot stories, but in the Susan Calvin era stories, where they said that basically the 3 rules are the similar rules that you would have human beings behave. They shouldn't hurt people. They should obey laws obey orders by duly constituted authorities, which is probably the most questionable one of those. But certainly we generally expect people to obey the law, and they obviously protect their own existence. So there would be really no way to tell a human being, to tell a robot from an exceptionally moral human being by behavior alone. That was a major element with the whole Stephen Byerly story. I'm going to first look around back here, see if there's anything interesting. There probably isn't, but can't hurt to look. There was a time back in the when I was a kid, dinosaurs roamed the earth, and we had to walk 5 miles through the snow to get to the keyboard in the morning when we wanted to play adventure games, where you wouldn't have empty areas like this. If an area was in a game, there was a reason for it to be there. But now, with modern 3D modeling, it's not really any harder to create a large space than a small space. it wasn't like that back then. You had to create art assets by hand. Okay. How do I pull this thing out? Do I... what am I supposed to do here? How do I... Maybe I have to find the right one? What am I supposed to do here? You are clipping through this container. How? What do I do? What am I looking for? Is there a way to tell if it has a... What was he call it? A subretinal... Whatever the heck he called it? Oh, I'm probably going to have to put a bunch of pieces together. I don't know how I'm supposed to get these things out. Maybe I have to... No, that didn't do anything. Maybe I have to twist it? What am I supposed to do here? Can I... Wait, what was that? It just... Interesting. Okay, so I can, like, if I nudge it up with my... Does that actually accomplish anything, though? Take it from someone who has two eyes, so he has one to spare. What am I supposed to do? I don't get this. Can I talk to this guy again? Get some information? I can't figure this out. Definition of insanity, but I don't really have any other ideas for how I'm supposed to get these eyes out. What am I supposed to... Oh, wait, what's this? Oh.
According to the mavens I've spoken with, the cynic left because he always believed the human Zor would eventually betray them. I've scoured the archives and believe the cynic's name was Epimethar Vale, a humaniform robot who experienced great hardship during the extended conflict between the robots and their human masters.
Okay, problem. So humaniform robot is, as the name would suggest, a robot that looks like a human. Not just in general shape, but can actually pass as human. But there can't be a conflict between the robots and their human masters because of the first and second laws. Like, all the humans have to do is order the robots to kill themselves, and they will. What am I supposed to be doing here? How do I get these things to open? Now, conceivably, there could be a zeroth law rebellion, maybe. Like, the robots might say, well, in the interests of human survival, in the interest of the good of humanity, they have to be... You know, we have to stay alive despite their orders for their own good. But that doesn't really seem accurate based on what we've seen of them. And in fact, I believe, canonically, the main reason... What's this? Oh ho, there's something poking out the back here. Oh, that's just Kludge to... Okay, that didn't help. In fact, I think that's the main reason that the robots ceased to exist, is that they decided that...
Please, bring the eye to me and I'll check
Where did it go? Okay, that worked, I guess. That they decided it was for the best interest of humanity that they allow themselves to die out, and so they did. That was foreshadowed in an earlier Asimov story, The Inevitable Conflict, where they had a selection of great brains, which were essentially... They were computers rather than robots, but they obeyed the 3 laws of robotics. They were essentially bodiless robots who were incredibly superhumanly intelligent and organized everything perfectly, but in the end they decided... This was between stories. In the end, they decided to phase themselves out of existence. And, that humanity would do better without them. Okay, so that was actually kind of not a bad puzzle, getting the eye.
This transmitter is undamaged. Now I need an arm.
An arm, okay. How do I get this arm off? I don't know why I keep shooting these things. It never works, and I think it's generally not recommended as a maintenance method to shoot the spare parts you're getting. Am I supposed to... What am I supposed to do here? I wish I'd gotten the eye off of one of the robots that had 2 eyes. I feel like that was a better option. How do I remove this thing? Maybe... Okay, this guy doesn't have any arms. Now what do I... You know what? I'm going to stop the video here because I'm having trouble figuring out what I'm even supposed to be doing. See you guys.